As I said earlier, we had a lot of movie trailers dropping this week, and one of them is the next big Marvel film, Black Widow. So let's talk about, before we get into the trailer, let's talk about this. The Black Widow movie should have come out years ago. It should have come out like 4 or 5 years ago. Scarlett Johansson has been a household name for years now. She's definitely an actress that brings people in. When you see Scarlett Johansson in a movie, it definitely brings some butts into the movie theater. Now, you don't have to like Scarlett Johansson. I know she's had some made some controversial decisions in the past few years. I'm not saying that she hasn't made some mistakes. She had. I mean, the whole Ghost in the Shell movie. I mean, that movie was just bad anyway. But it was just like kind of a dumb reason to make the the Asian person white. But so just wanted to get that out there because I know people are going to bring it up. But the Black Widow movie is something that a lot of Marvel fans have been asking for a long time. A lot of people were surprised when Captain Marvel was going to be the first female-led superhero movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when we've had Black Widow, a character that people are already familiar with, already have an attachment to, and once again, you have this character being played by an actress that gets people's butts into the theater. So I just want to get that out of the way because I'm not sure why they've waited so long, especially now since after Avengers Endgame, Black Widow sacrifices herself for the mission so they can get the Soul Stone. So will that affect this movie? Well, we'll get into it. So first off, let's get into what happens in this trailer. So we see Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow, and she appears to be trying to go back and reconcile her past. As we gain knowledge throughout the course of the movies, Black Widow, at a very young age, was taken in by some secret government organization in Russia and converted into a world elite assassin. Part of that organization was covered in the Marvel television series Agent Carter. Season 1, where it was copied, where we see basically Black Widow's predecessor, as she wasn't the only female assassin that came out of this secret project. So so this movie is all about her going back and taking care of her past. She's going back to meet old people that she used to work with. Because she's trying to, I think the point of it is she's trying to move forward with her life. Now, since, like I said, Black Widow died in Avengers Endgame, where this movie lies is not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure. It's either right after Captain America Civil War, when everybody on Team Cap went into hiding, or right after Captain America the Winter Soldier, when it was revealed that Hydra was in S.H.I.E.L.D., and now Black Widow has to go kind of do her own thing. If I had to take a guess, based on the fact that her hair is pretty long in the trailer, I'm going to go right after Captain America Civil War, if I have to place it on there. Because now that it would make sense for the character, because after Captain America Civil War, she's now an international fugitive. She's on the run. She's in hiding. And, if you're going to take in, she could be captured any day now. So if you're going to be captured and thrown back into prison after you just broke out of prison because Captain America saved your ass. Actually, wait, did she end up in the prison? No, she didn't end up in the prison. I don't know what I'm talking about, but did she? Fuck, I can't remember. My mind's blanking on me. But anyway, so plus, also, I think it's right after Civil War, which I'll tell you why later. So one of the first people we see her encounter is a character played by Florence Pugh, who I've talked about previously on the show. She was in the movie Fighting With My Family, as well was in the horror film Midsommar. She's a young, upcoming actress, really good one, too. So she's doing very well for herself. She was in Fighting With My Family, which was a smaller film, but a really good one that I recommended. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. She was in Midsommar, good horror film, weird, freaky horror film, but good. Now she's got Black Widow coming up, and within this month, she's going to be in the movie Little Women, along with other actresses like Saoirse Ronan, and it's definitely one of those movies like, we're going for the Oscar in this one. We're going for the Oscar. But as far as Black Widow goes, apparently she's playing a character that was in the assassin organization with Black Widow in her early years. In fact, Black Widow refers to her as sis. Now, they're probably not blood-related sisters. Probably more like, we were the closest thing we had to sisters growing up kind of deal. That's what I'm assuming. But anyway, the action gets going in this movie as like we got motorcycle chases, we got them on top of some kind of like I don't know pillar or smokestack is going over, and it's Black Widow regathering her old allies from the old assassin days, because apparently they're either for whatever reason they seem to be going after the organization that created them or something associated with that organization. So we also get other characters like Rachel Weisz is in the film as apparently another one of these assassins she used to work with, as well as David Harbour, who most people know from Stranger Things, as Red Guardian, aka, if you want to simplify it, Russian Captain America. He even has even got like a star on his chest. There's a little joke in the trailer where it's like it's been years since he's donned his Red Guardian costume, and he's put on some weight, so he's not exactly top fighting shape anymore. But it's a fun little scene. It's a little family, because that's all they are. It's like, it's these several people, like, they're before Black Widow got the family she did with Hawkeye and Cap and Nick Fury and all that. This is the coolest thing. She had the family, so she's reconciling her past, trying to get back and take care of things. Another character that shows up in this film is a Marvel villain known as Taskmaster. And if you are familiar with the character, I'm only so familiar with it. He has a very this distinct look to him, where he's got like a cape and a skull mask in front of, over his face. And I believe his superhuman ability is that he can copy anybody's fighting style. Once he sees the way you fight, now he can fight the exact same way as you. Whether or not they're going to implement this superhuman ability in the movie, I'm not sure. But it would be interesting to see him take on Black Widow and two of the other characters, and he's just taking them all on at the same time, but he knows their moves. I'm not sure that's the route they're going to go, because we see, once again, David Harbour's character, Red Guardian, fight him one-on-one briefly in the movie. I don't know if that's going to be his big fight scene or whatever, or if... I would assume it's going to David Harbour fights him at first, and then later Black Widow fights him, and that's going to be the final big fight scene. But anyway, like I said, I think this happens after Captain America: Civil War, because that's the last time we saw Black Widow before Avengers: Infinity War, and we see in the trailer that Florence Pugh's character seems to be wearing that same green vest that Black Widow was wearing in Infinity War. It seems like it might be it. So maybe at the end of this movie, she gets that vest from Florence Pugh, maybe as like a gift, like, hey, you're my sister, take this, it's, as a, token, remember me or whatever. I'm not sure. So, by the way, I'm actually pretty excited for it. The action sequences we see in the movie seem pretty solid. There's this one hit that Scarlett Johansson takes where she gets flipped, knocked into a door, and you really feel the impact in that moment. I even kind of like the music in the trailer, This is definitely the international spy film that I think the Russo brothers wanted to make Captain America: Civil War, because originally they weren't going to do Civil War. They were going to do just him chasing Bucky around, which was part of the plot of Civil War, but not, the overall plot. I'm pretty excited for this film. I think it's about time Black Widow got her own movie. Once again, I think it should happen years ago. But will the fact that we know Black Widow's going to die anyway in the events of Endgame affect this? No, not really. I mean, I'm for some people it might, because they're like, well, there's no danger. We know she's going to survive. But we don't know if her former assassin family members are going to survive. And we don't. And I think this is more going to be about, will she be able to accomplish her mission? Will she be able to take care of her past so she can be ready for what's coming up? Because she does mention family in Avengers Endgame, how she sees everybody as family now. So I think that's what this movie's going to be about. It's about just taking care of your not the will she survive, but because she doesn't know she's going to fucking die. This is before the events then. But will she be able to accomplish her mission? I think that's what it's really going to be about. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to see a full episode, I live stream every Thursday night on Facebook right after I see the movie, or you can tune in to the Revenge Online Radio Network every Friday morning at 9 a.m. If you enjoyed the show, please consider contributing to the Patreon, patreon.com/PO Vincent.